Could this 1970 LS6 Chevelle be the last of its kind? When it comes to racing, you generally do not want to be the last. Just like being selected for sports teams in grade school, nobody wanted to be picked last. But in this case, being last is cool when it comes to this black cherry 1970 Chevelle. There are many firsts and lasts here in the Brothers collection, and according to the VIN tag and the date stamp on the trim tag of this car, this could very well be the last 1970 Chevelle LS6 ever built. It was assembled in Kansas City in the third week of July of 1970, which matches the production calendar of these cars that are known, and the VIN number falls right at the end of the sequence. So this could very well be the very last LS6 Chevelle ever made for 1970. It's kind of cool, but kind of sad at the same time. Our muscle car of the week from the Brothers collection is a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle built with the SS Performance and Styling package. The Chevelle was the mid-size Chevrolet family car, and the SS option added a long list of performance upgrades in the driveline and suspension departments. Ours was also built with the regular production option code LS6, the high compression, big dog 454 cubic inch V8. When you ordered regular production option code LS6, you got this, the new for 1970 454 cubic inch V8 that was advertised at 450 horsepower and 500 foot-pounds of torque. It had forged internals to keep it together, and the high lift camshaft coupled with the 11 1/4 to 1 compression ratio made torque all over the tack. And this one is hooked to a Muncie 4-speed with a heavy-duty clutch and a positive traction rear end, so it's always ready for hard launches. Up until fairly recently, the LS6 was the highest powered V8 engine Chevrolet had ever put in a passenger car, cranking out 450 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 500 pound-feet of torque at just 3,600. A Holley 4-barrel carb flows the juice into a low-rise aluminum intake manifold, and the cast iron cylinder heads utilized oversized valves and tight combustion chambers to squeeze a high 11 1/4 to 1 compression ratio, because the more you compress that air-fuel mixture, the more violent the explosion will be when you light it off, and the more power you'll make. I really dig these bench seat 4-speed street brawlers. There's nothing fancy about it, but fancy doesn't win races. This one is also equipped with the Muncie M22 Rock Crusher close ratio 4-speed manual transmission and a heavy-duty clutch to keep it hanging on to that LS6. And it spins a 12-bolt rear end loaded with 410 gears and a positive traction differential. These cars hold the road thanks to upgraded suspension, including 14x6-inch rally wheels with white lettered tires, front disc brakes, sport suspension with oversized sway bars and specially valved shocks, and boxed rear control arms with chassis braces. It all worked pretty well because these cars were high performers. In fact, if you lived a 1/4 mile away from work, your LS6 could get you there in about 13 seconds. This particular car stands out because it's very clean and very original. When you get in the car, you're greeted by the smell of vintage vinyl, carpet, and rubber, and it has a familiar comfort like a living room chair that has been in the family for decades. The basic instrumentation is original, but some aftermarket gauges were added at some point to keep tabs on the underhood mayhem. This one is painted in a beautiful black cherry color scheme with white SS stripes and the functional cowl induction hood scoop that flips open to feed the beast below. The aggressive look is all business, but it also has high style. So whether or not this is truly the last 1970 LS6 Chevelle ever built, I guess that remains to be seen. But one thing's for certain, they're not making any more of these cars, so we're happy it's here in safekeeping in the brothers' collection. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We'll have another cool car next week, and if you have any thoughts about this one, feel free to fire up the keyboard and leave us a comment on the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, or you can contact us at the website at MuscleCarOfTheWeek.com.